Spy X Family Season 2 review. Good, but losing its luster. So, we got the next section of Spy X Family this season. I watched it and enjoyed it, but I want more from this series. I really want more changes to the status quo. 36 episodes is a lot of episodes, and there has been little major development that has happened in that time. I feel there's a lot of potential that is not being got at. A lot of it is genuinely funny and sweet, but there's a lot of it that is extremely forgettable. One thing that I want to say to make very clear is that I don't think Spy Fam is bad in any way. It is all at the very least good. I just want more from the series. I like the fun antics and slice of life elements, as well as the spy/assassin elements. But I don't like how most of the time the spy/assassin stuff is played for jokes for the majority of it. Yor's arc in the season is one of the best parts of the series so far. We got to see Yor's job taken more seriously and have it actually resonate with her as a character. I love this part. She finally got proper focus and good characterization, though it should not have taken this long for us to get this. But it still irks at me a little because it ends with the status quo of Yor being an assassin and hiding it staying the same. In the last episode of the season, we got another episode of Lloyd and bonding, which I liked. It was fun and had a cool situation. But again, it too kept the status quo of Lloyd not knowing Bond can read minds. There are moments where I feel like it has a perfect chance to shake things up, but those chances are never taken. I still quite like Spy Fam, but I can't say my passion for it has not waned over time. Yor's arc did help with the main issue of her being largely unexplored, despite being one of the three main characters. There's great value in this season from that, but outside of that, this season is mostly the same Spy Fam that it's always been. At the end of the season, we're still in the same place we ended last season. And while that's not bad, it's not exciting. I think this show has so much potential to be exciting and dramatic. I understand that this is meant to be largely a fluffy show, and that's fine. But I really feel like the series can hit that perfect sweet spot and truly do everything if it didn't stick itself in a box of being like just a sweet, funny show. Maybe it'll happen down the line, but how much longer do we need to wait for that? I'm worried about other people, and I will get bored of it before it finally decides to go all in on these other things. On this note, I would like to point at the My Anime List scores this time, as I happened to look at them both while preparing for this and would like to discuss it. It can be debated how valid Mal's scores are as a metric for quality, but that's not relevant here. I'm simply looking at the scoring trend for Spy Fam on the website. Season 1 has an 8.56, Season 1 Part 2 has an 8.28, and Season 2 has an 8.09. There is a consistent decrease in score over each subsequent part. In my opinion, the general quality of Spy Fam has not decreased and can be considered very consistent. And to my knowledge, a lot of people think this way too. To me, the most likely conclusion is that people think it's getting stale, which is how I feel. Even something good can lose its luster if you get too much of it. It definitely seems like I'm not the only one that thinks the status quo is getting stale. Maybe we'll get the story beats I want eventually, but unless the story goes on for ridiculously long, a bunch of them may have to come at once for that to come to fruition, which I definitely don't want. I like to focus on the family dynamics and want to see that organically evolve as everyone learns more about each other over time. For example, I want Lloyd to find out that Bond is psychic. Then life continues with that change, Lloyd using that information to his benefit. That would shake things up. Then later, I want one of Lloyd or Yor to find out about the other's identity before the other does. Then life continues with that shaking up their dynamic. Then something else happens, and so on. I do want fun slice-of-life moments and goofy antics that Spy Fam excels at, but I want them to be in between dramatic moments so that we can see this family grow and react. I don't want all of this to just come at the end so they can stop a big baddie and then have the series end, or for them to not happen at all. I can greatly enjoy series that go all in on particular aspects like comedy, drama, wholesomeness, etc., rather than being more well-rounded. But for me, the perfect series is one that excels at all of them. For example, March Comes In Like a Lion, which is one of my favorite series. I really feel like Spy Fam is capable of being one of my absolute favorites, but it's meandering. That's not fundamentally bad, though. I like what the show is doing most of the time. I enjoy the comedy, the action, the sweet moments. I also really like the crumbs of more serious story and drama we get. But this far in, I don't want just crumbs anymore. I want a full piece of that pie. What I'm trying to express is that there is so much potential here that I am excited to see. But the series is not as interested in that as I am. This time they didn't even end with a dramatic hook that attempts to get you excited for what's coming next. It ended with a good, but normal, beef for Spy Fam, then said, see you next time. To me, this makes the intention of the anime as of now very clear. I think more of the same is what we can expect coming next, which to me is disappointing. If this is not the case, then I don't get why they would end the season on such a nonchalant note. Final note to say is that the OP and ED are both absolute bangers. They're super awesome. As of now, I do plan to continue watching it. I still get some satisfaction from its silly antics and wholesome moments, though that enjoyment is waning a bit. And I truly am invested in seeing where the story can go, but I keep getting disappointed at it passing up great opportunities to do that. I hope that I don't have to wait another 36 episodes of the same old to get to those interesting bits that I'd love to see. Thank you for listening.